Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at StepPolyArp version 6. This is the new updates for StepPolyArp. Okay, so you've got a bunch of new stuff in. We're going to take a look at all of it. You can now have your patterns chain, so pattern chaining, but you can also have it chain like from 1 to 6 or 1 to 7 and then random. You can also choose it to chain randomly between patterns. It's dead cool. It's like song mode. You've got over 16 steps you can do this. And you can also, if we tap on one of these, you can choose how long each pattern is going to play for, up to 8 times per pattern. You can choose a color for each pattern as well, so you can keep yourself organized. But take a look at all this stuff. See, you can randomly chain. You can have it chain advance, chain to 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to your 16 patterns. You can choose, like I said, you can choose how long it plays for, etc. It's cool. It's very, very cool. If I do this as well, close this and I select this next one, number 2, and select it, you'll see that it automatically copies the pattern for me, or I can go in and choose copy and paste it anywhere that I like. So very, very cool. This pattern sounds like this. The other new features are 2 in-app purchase preset packs. So if we go back here, we have analog sequences now, which is electronic 70s, dance horizons, which is dance and trance and stuff like that. We're starting with this one, which is called aerial flow, and this is in the dance horizons pack here. Okay, very, very cool. Let's close this. So there's that. I'm also suggesting if you use this in Cubases, it makes it super easy to record this stuff to track. I'm also using a couple of drums that I've assembled into kind of a disco beat, you know, which will just pound along as we go, sort of thing. But we can switch them off at some point if we don't want to listen to that all the live long day. All right, let's start off, and I'll go through some sequences. Now, like I said, the reason for using this in Cubases is very cool. You can, if we go in here and we look, you can choose to record MIDI to track. Okay, so whatever track you have, make sure your track is armed here. And as soon as you hit record, what you'll see is the MIDI data from StepPolyArp been recorded into track. The synth I'm using today is called Kamata here, which is a wavetable synth, and it does very, very cool chiptune type stuff, but we will change the sounds as we go. But it's great. I love it. Okay, so if we hit this, it's going to advance to this. When we come off this page, so let's go to this one and hit 1. It's going to go back to 1. Only play 1 time. Let's copy this one. This time, let's just paste it in. So let's go here and we can start to make a few changes. Let's make a few changes to the tuning on this one. Let's take this down, say 2. let's take this one. You can go plus and minus. I mean, 30, so plus and minus, wow, 36 semitones. Let's just leave this one on +5. There's one on +5 there, which is, oh, so we're going to be doing the same note there. So let's make sure we're a bit higher up, 12. Yeah, let's put a few more notes down here in the minus. So a bit of bass going on. Let's take a few of that off. Bit of bass in here. Bit of bass, bit of bass. Take that out. Take that out. Take that out. Let's play that. See what it sounds like. It'll advance. Change this to go advance forward. This needs to go back to 1 now. To 2. And now to 3. And on you go. You can build up your pattern 16. And like I said, you can choose what to do. So we could say, well, let's have that color as well. Maybe we want all our patterns to be a nice yellow color. And then you can choose them how many times each pattern plays. And then if you choose, like, you can watch, because all your information will be in the actual pattern box here. So if I put this little, and I'll put a little random in there as well, you'll see this little, close this now, and we look down the bottom. Just there, you'll see a little dice, which means that the next one will be random. And you can add like a bunch of these in. It's just going to basically copy the last pattern you see in the information. So it'll be random all over the place. So we need to go in here. If we need to change this, we need to say, well, okay, I want this to go for 2 times. And I want it to then go back to pattern 1 here. Or maybe I want this to go to pattern 3, and it'll go from there to pattern 3, and then whatever information that is in pattern 3, it will start from there then, which is random. Okay, so you get the idea of that. Let's listen to some different presets for these packs. So we'll stay with Dancer Horizons, and it's instant changing here. So let's say play. It's instant changing. That's a good one. So you'll also notice that these are polyphonic as well, of course. And you'll also notice the different shapes. In my I put a link into my tutorial which shows you what everything does. I mean, you have ludicrous control in StepPolyArp. You can control for each lane by pressing this. So you can decide with, again, lane colors, the MIDI channel. So you can send MIDI out to different synths. Okay, I mean, we're sending them everywhere at the moment. That's fine. But you can send it out to different synths. You can choose the clock division here. Brilliant. You can also affect individual events. So for example, we can tap on this. We can decide what this event is going to do. So the most obvious way to make this event have 3 ratchets in it. And there you go. So ratchet like thirds over the course of the event. Let's close this. Let's delete that note and listen. Okay, but we can also just make this longer. Okay, we can also, for example, change the acceleration type. You can have it accelerate up, equal, and down. And change the color of the actual line. Now, also, if we go back here and we look at analog sequence, you will see that some of these, Laurent has programmed a bunch of patterns pre-made for you, but he hasn't made any assumptions of how you want these patterns to play. You can see them moving as we go along here. So, for example, this one, which is kind of in the electronic music genre, and we shall just slow our BPM down to, I don't know, maybe 103. Okay, and close this and play this particular sequence. You'll see that this is shorter now. We can grab this and make it longer. Step editing. If we tap on this little link button here, we can now have control over each one independently. Brilliant. This one is going to change on its own. I'm going to use sounds now from Hallian Sonic Selection for Incubators. So this is what we are going to use. I'm going to close this down. And just for now, we're going to use this. I have to be honest, I like these fast ones. With the other ones, the slow ones, I think what I'd have to do, if I go back in, I try and explain myself. If I go to the previous preset, which is this one kind of thing, right, and play it, I think I would have to have a synth. See, I'd have to solo this, so we're not hearing these drums. So I'll have to slow this down a little bit more, like that. It gets something like that, probably even slower, to be fair. Go into Hallion here and maybe look for strings, anything. 80 string ensemble will do it, I guess, for what I'm trying to explain. And let's see, let's make sure our volume is not going to be super loud. It'll be all right. And let's play. Do you know what I mean? Like so. So you've got sustains to get the weirdness going on. Anyway, and you could even choose a better synth sound than that. So let's get back to, for a kickoff, let's get back to something a little bit more speedy. What's this? Like this. And change the sound. Back to keyboards. Awesome. Oh, there we go, like that. Very cool. Brilliant. This is a really good one, isn't it? Time to change the sound, and then we'll look at the other pack as well before we go. So in fact, let's go to Dance Horizons now, and you'll see that a lot of these are longer as well. I'm going to speed this back up to, let's go 130, since these are all designed for kind of dance. Some stuff. I'll go and find a better sound. I think I quite like this one. Okay, let's get back to StepPolyArp. And guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll stop it. Let me stop it. Thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate it. I think we're all heroes. We do like it when you all watch, don't we, darling?
We do.
Although I don't know how many people are there. Actually, now, while I'm recording this. But anyway, please strike the like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, consider becoming a Patreon, and I will see you later. I'll play a bunch more of these for 5 or 10 minutes. And yeah, awesome stuff. StepPolyArp 6, brilliant. If you want to see more tutorials for this, proper tutorials, where I go into more detail about like this, and then the single note stuff, just put that in, didn't I? Just single step stuff, what you can do. It's absolutely brilliant, actually. It's so clever. Anyway, ta-da.